Okay, here The Amazing Smeller Man by Paul Murphy and my, oh, there's a picture of him on the front book, by my amazing son Dylan, my truly wonderful son Dylan, so talented. Okay, so The Amazing Smeller Man, spoof of The Amazing Spider-Man. Google some of the other videos. You need to find the first Smeller Man video is the other annoying thing, isn't it? Anyway, so instead of being bitten by a radioactive spider, Peter Putrid gets caught in the blast of a radioactive whiffy and has amazing fart powers. He is the fartastic. So, The Amazing Smeller Man, episode 5. Why did I do that? I don't know. Showdown with Electrode. Our episode opens with, these work better when I do it as an American cod voice. Our episode opens with an amnesiac Smeller Man trying to sit quietly and capture his thoughts, but failing due to a series of unrestrained bum hiccups bouncing him down the road. But luck is at hand, or somewhere equally as hairy, as he comes to a stop inside a bus shelter. Due to a combined huge yawn, yellow bum fog incident, a vacuum is created inside the shelter, shocking Smelly back to his senses and firing 3 rats off across the rooftops. Sadly, one diverted left in flight, and as Aunt May was walking out of the hospital, as she paused to gratefully thank the nurses for all their efforts, she was felled to the ground by a lightly slinged ratus brown swamping her in the ear at great velocity. May fell into oblivion at the feet of the nurses, who by now were seriously contemplating just leaving her in the skip when no one was looking. It was a brownus, she whispered, as consciousness left her once more. Well, it's come from one side, the nurses, as they took Aunt May by the ankles and dragged her back to her room. Elsewhere, Smelly has now regained his senses. Elsewhere, Smelly has now regained his senses, sadly for him, including the one of smell. Events come flooding back to him, and he leaps to his feet, going upwards to do so. Electrode must be stopped, he cries triumphantly to 3 bored seagulls, grabbing one of the gulls to use as a stopper until his ability to hold them in comes back fully online. Smelly waits until night falls, when the darkness exposes Electrode's hideout by means of its multicoloured flashing lights, which by pure coincidence also happen to spell out the words Electrode's secret hideout. Removing the seagull and adjusting his bum setting to pulse. In no time, Smelly has propelled himself over the 3 miles to where he saw the flashing lights, at which point he found himself standing next to a giant mirror and 6 miles from where he needed to be. He turned and retraced his steps, and not just his steps. There has to be a better trail to follow, he said to himself, and a better way to travel, thought a traumatised seagull. Okay, that's the end of this clip. There's another one coming up in a minute. The reason why I'm fumbling is I've got 2 cameras going in case the top camera is wondering which